Hi everyone, welcome to day 3 of Thriving on Balance. Today we are going to do a class called Yoga to Lengthen. We're focusing on the theme of home today, and home is a space where we really want to be able to lengthen out. We want to take up space here. We want to release stress and tension and just be able to chill out and relax. And so that's what I really want this class to be for you, a place where you can let go of stress and tension in areas that we tend to hold a lot of stress and tension, and those are our hips and our hamstrings. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to find some length throughout our bodies. I hope you guys enjoyed this class. We're going to start in a comfortable seat. You might want to grab blocks or books that you can use as blocks. So we're starting in a comfortable seat. Take a moment, just get all the wiggles out, moving from side to side. You can sit cross-legged or even on your heels. If you want to sit on a blanket, that's great too. Once you get all the wiggles out, go ahead and close your eyes. Hands can be face down on your knees and just beginning to come into your breath here. Taking a moment to really notice these breaths. Feel the belly fill on every inhale, and then let it release on the exhales. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Bringing your hands to your heart, take this moment to set an intention for class today. An intention to take up space, release stress and tension. Be comfortable in your home. Allow your mat to be your home. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And slowly releasing the hands, we're going to make our way into tabletop. So go ahead and bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. On the inhale, just coming into a couple of cat and cow. So drop the belly, raise the gaze. And then on the exhale, rounding through the spine, feeling space through the backside body. Really feel the shoulder blades separate and the neck release. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the gaze. Feel that curve through the spine. And exhale, finding that rounding, finding that space through the backside body. Inhale one more time into your cow pose. And exhale to cat. And then coming back to a nice neutral spine, we'll find a little mobility through the hips. So starting on the left knee, you're going to bring the left knee out to the side, and at some point you're going to feel that it can't go anymore if your hips stay level. Hold it there for a moment, and then begin to stack the left hip on the right, so that you're opening it up a little bit further and coming back to center. We're going to do that 2 more times. Go ahead and bring it out to that lock and then open it up and release it down. 1 more. Open it up to where it locks. Then find a little bit more opening and release it back down. Really nice. We'll take it over to the right side. Go ahead and bring that right knee out to the side. See where it locks, where those hips are level, and then begin to stack the hips open so you can raise that knee a little higher. Release it down. 2 more. Bring it out to the lock. Open it up more, and then come back. You're going to feel this in your glutes too. Go ahead and open it out 1 more time to that lock. Stack the hips, and then release it back down. Really nice, guys. Take a nice deep inhale here. On the exhale, tuck the toes, press it back into your downward facing dog. Once you get there, pedal out, through the legs, finding length here, feeling the hands nice and wide, press back through the hands, and find length through the spine. So if you need to bend into those knees to find that length, bend into the knees. Hamstring lengthening really starts in the low back. So you're going to hear me focus a lot today on the spine rather than the hamstrings, because that's really where it begins. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, raise the right leg high. On the exhale, begin to stack right hip over left. So thinking about what we just did in tabletop, you're going to keep your shoulders square to the earth, keep pressing back through the hands and only opening through the hip. Inhale, coming back to center. On the exhale, right foot steps to the outside of the right hand. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, coming up, lengthening through the spine, letting the hips drop towards the ground. If you have a block or books, you can take them right in front of you. Let me grab my block here. And you can place your hands here. Maybe you can lower down onto your elbows. Whatever is comfortable for you. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, you can begin to allow that right knee to open up to the right. But as you do that, make sure that the big toe stays in line with the knee. So you're on the knife edge of the right foot, allowing that hip to open just a little bit more. Maybe finding some pulses here. One more inhale, and then slowly returning back to center. Wiggle walk that right foot more towards the center of your mat so that the right hand can come to the right side. Shifting it back into your half split. So your hip is stacked above the back knee. Your front leg is extended nice and long. Maybe you come up here and have blocks by your sides. I really want you to find length through your spine here. So focus on finding that length first, even if you have to keep a little bend in the knee, and then maybe beginning to fold forward, but keep the length going through your spine. So inhale to find that length, and exhale to fold it down. You can always keep a bend in the knee, but really draw that tailbone to the back of the room and find that length through the spine, because that is going to be what's going to open up the hamstring. If you're folded, let the head and the neck go. One more inhale and exhale. Slowly walking back into your lunge. And then from here, you're going to take your hands, walk them around to the left side. So you are stacking your hip above the left knee, left hip over the left knee, and the right leg is extended out long. We're coming into our gate pose here. So take an inhale, hands to the hips, find length through the spine, and on the exhale, let that right hand travel down the right leg as the left arm reaches up and over. Keep finding your heart pointing forward. So keep the open heart here. You're gonna feel this in that inner right hip. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming all the way back up, and then let the hands come out in front. I'm gonna scoot over a little bit because Penny Girl is in the way. From here, you're going to begin to let the hands come out in front of you as the heart melts towards the ground. The forehead can stay up, or maybe let the forehead drop down to the ground below. Keep drawing the tailbone towards the back and let the heart melt down. So we're finding some extension through the spine, through the shoulders, but we're also still in this hip opener. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Slowly begin to walk yourself up onto your hands. We're going to walk the hands back around to the right, bend into the right knee, tuck the back toe under, lift the back knee up, and step it back into your high plank. From here, lower the knees, the chest, and the chin all the way down. Inhale, rise to cobra or up dog. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. I'm just going to walk myself around. On the next inhale, raise the left leg high. On the exhale, begin to stack. Left hip over right. Again, keep those shoulders square to the mat. Keep pressing back through the hands so that the opening is coming from the hip. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop the back knee down, pull the heart through as you let that right hip lower. And again, you can take that block, put it in front of you, maybe coming down onto your forearms. Settling in here. If you want a little bit more, go ahead and begin to let that left knee fall out to the left. Again, coming onto the knife edge of the left foot, big toe stays in line with the knee. Maybe finding some pulses. And then slowly coming all the way back to center. You're going to wiggle walk that left foot towards the center of the mat so that the left hand can come to the outside of the foot. And then we're going to shift it back into our half split. So again, finding the length through the spine to start, and then exhaling to fold. Or you're staying right where you are. If your hamstrings are tight, work on finding that length first before you fold. Keep drawing the toes back towards the face. If drawing the toes back towards the face creates a lot of pain through the back of the knee, remember, yoga should not cause pain, so point the foot instead. Even if you haven't pointed the foot, just see what that feels like. We normally try to flex it to protect the knee, but there are some people who have this nerve that can get pinched from that, so it's good to point the foot if that is a problem for you. Inhale, coming back into your lunge, and then we're going to walk our hands around to the right. So that right knee is bent, left leg is extended out nice and long, hands come to the hips. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and on the exhale, draw the left arm down the leg, reach that right arm up and over the right ear. Feeling that nice stretch through the left inner hip. Keep drawing the heart open. Keep drawing the right shoulder so that it's stacking over the left. That will help you open the heart. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming all the way back to center. Exhale, hands plant out in front of you. And then we're going to just walk the hands out as the heart melts towards the ground. Take up space here. Let the forehead come to the ground. It's okay to come off of your mat in practice. Settle in, find your breath. Slowly working your way all the way back up. We'll walk our hands back around to the front towards that left foot. Bend into the left knee. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee and step it back into your high plank. And then lowering knees, chest, chin all the way to the ground. Inhale, rise to cobra or up dog. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, raise the right leg high. Exhale, step it through to meet the right thumb. Turn that back heel flat. Windmill open into your warrior two. Now I'm just going to turn myself around. Take a nice deep inhale here. Feel your hips opening here. So in our warrior two, our hips have this space to open. So let them open. On your next exhale, bring the right elbow to the right thigh, left hand for the sky for your side angle. Feel a little bit more opening through that right inner hip. Keep drawing the heart up and open. Gaze can come up to the sky. Keep drawing the tailbone to the back of the mat. Inhale, coming all the way back up, straightening out through that right leg, and then turn the left heel in. So heels are in, toes are out. We're going to come into our goddess squat. So begin to bend into the knees. You can always shift it back and forth from side to side, and your arms can be wherever they are comfortable. So maybe they're resting on your thighs, maybe they're up in more of a cactus arms. If you are having trouble keeping that spine nice and long, the cactus arm option is a really nice way to make sure that you're standing upright. So just bouncing into the hips, feeling into them as you lower and bounce a little bit further down. Nice deep inhale here. Go a little bit lower. And then pressing all the way back up. This time you're going to take your turn to face your right foot, bend into the left knee, and step that left foot up about a foot or two. Feet are going to be about hip width distance apart, so we're coming into our pyramid pose. Both feet are facing the front of the mat. You can grab onto your hips, or if you'd like to take reverse prayer, you can reverse prayer your hands here, drawing the shoulder blades together. So your choice. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, begin to tilt from the pelvis, keeping that front leg nice and engaged, and keep the back leg engaged too. Keep drawing the left hip back, or right hip back, left hip forward. As you pitch the pelvis forward, maybe starting off in halfway lift. You can always take your blocks to either side and find that length through your spine here. Maybe then bending into the knee as you fold, or keeping that knee straight as you fold down. You want to keep the hips nice and level. Keep drawing the right hip back, left hip forward, and your hands can be wherever they're comfortable. Breathing into this space. Inhale, bend into the front knee. Plant the hands, take that back foot and step it to the back of the mat, and then take the right foot, step it back to meet it. Lower the knees, chest, chin, all the way down. Inhale to cobra or up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Nice deep inhale, and exhale. Inhale, raise the left leg high. On the exhale, step it through to meet the left foot. Turn the back heel flat, windmill open, warrior two. So left leg is in front, bending into the front knee. Breathing here. Feeling those hips open. Feel the shoulders stack on top of the hips. Keep pressing that left knee for the left side of the room. Nice deep inhale. And exhale, left elbow to left thigh, right hand to the sky. Keep opening through the heart. Right shoulder stacking on top of the left. Bend into that front knee to really feel that opening through the inner left hip. One more inhale. Exhale, look down at the front foot. Inhale, rise all the way back up as you straighten through the front leg. And then turn the heels in, toes out. We're gonna settle back down into our goddess squat, just gently making your way there. Feeling that tailbone tuck under as the spine lifts up, and placing the hands wherever they're comfortable. See if you can get a little bit lower this time. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way back up. Turning the left foot to face the front of the mat. Bend into the right knee. Step it up about a foot or 2. Feet are at hip width distance. Hands are at the hips or in reverse prayer. Inhale, find length through the heart. And on the exhale, begin to tilt the pelvis forward. Coming into that halfway lift to start. Finding length through the spine. Keep drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. And then releasing all the way down. Let the head and the neck go. Coming back to your breath. And keep feeling into the back right heel. So even though your weight is forward, you want to send a little bit of it back so that you're really finding this lengthening through the back body. Inhale, bend back into the front knee, plant the hands, take that back foot towards the back of the mat, and then bring the left foot to meet it. Take a nice deep inhale, and exhale, lower the knees, chest, chin, all the way down. Inhale to cobra or up dog, and on the exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna walk the hands back to meet the feet here, finding a little forward fold, and then toe heel the feet out to about hip width distance. You're gonna bend into the knees so that the belly comes to the thighs. So you might have to really bend into them. Grab onto your big toes with your yogi toe lock. So that's peace fingers around the inner parts of the big toe. Bend into the knees, inhale to a halfway lift. So find length through your spine. And on the exhale, let the elbows come out to the sides as you let the head and the neck go. From here, keep the belly on the thighs the whole time. That's going to allow you to keep the length in the spine. And that is going to allow you to find length through the back of the legs. So you're working on lengthening the hamstrings here, but starting in the low back. Maybe the legs will straighten out, but if the belly comes off of the thighs, bend back into the knees. You really want to let gravity help you here. Letting everything release. Take one more inhale. And on the exhale, release the hands out in front. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then toe heel the feet out to the edges of the mat. Bend into the knees as you settle down into your yogi squat. Bring the hands to the heart. Feel the elbows pressing through the knees. Lengthen through the spine. Take a nice deep inhale. and exhale. From here, we're gonna just sit back onto our glutes. However you get there is totally fine. And coming into our straddle. So let the legs come out nice and long. And we're just gonna take a couple of stretches to the right and to the left. So let the left arm come over the ear, reaching towards the toes. Don't worry about touching the toes. Keep the heart lifted, finding this length through the left side body, and also feeling that right hip flexor being stretched. Breathing here. Lengthen through the spine. This might look a little bit more like this. That is great. You're still having the exact same effects as if you were trying to reach for the toes and the heart was collapsed. So really keep that heart open. Come back to center. We're going to take it to the right. So left arm is maybe just resting on the thigh. Maybe it comes down to the mat. Right arm reaches up and over the head. Finding length through both sides of the body. So that's why we're not collapsing in. We're opening up. Maybe it looks like this. Maybe it's a little bit deeper. Meet your body where it's at. Be comfortable in your home. Nobody else is watching you right now, unless you have kids or a dog, although she's asleep, so she doesn't care. And slowly coming all the way back to center. Just take it forward just a little bit, finding that length through the spine, flex through the feet, just allowing yourself to come forward, maybe take a little rounding through the spine, and then gently walk yourself all the way back up, bringing the knees together, the feet together. We're going to lower all the way down onto our backs. I'm going to go through supine pigeon here, but if a regular pigeon is in your practice and you'd rather take that, you're welcome to do that. I'm just going to cue supine pigeon. So coming with your heels in towards the glutes, you're going to take your right foot to the sky and then cross that right heel over the left leg. Gently begin to press your right hand into your thigh, pressing it open. This may be where you stay. Flex through that right foot. Maybe you take it a little bit deeper and you begin to bring the left knee in towards the chest, grabbing on to right below the knee or even just underneath the hamstring. So you're drawing that left knee in towards your chest. Keep both feet flexed. And you want to have your whole spine on the ground. So if you feel like your spine is more like this, come out of the pose a little bit so that maybe this is where you are. It doesn't have to be deep. We're meeting our body where it's at. We're allowing ourselves to take this space and this time in our homes. And slowly release all the way back down. Take the right leg to the sky and release it down the mat. And bringing that right heel back towards the glute. Bringing the left heel up to the sky and then crossing it over the right thigh. Take that left hand, gently begin to press the left thigh open, opening through the hip. Maybe staying here or bringing that right knee in towards the chest, interlacing the hands around the hamstring or right below the knee. Keep the flex through both feet. Feeling that length through the spine. Maybe closing your eyes. And imagine each exhale going into your hip, into that tight area. And on each exhale, it's releasing it just a little bit more. One more inhale. And on the exhale, slowly lower the right foot all the way back down. Take the left heel to the sky and release it down your mat. Once it hits, draw both knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rocking from side to side, massaging the back. And then maybe coming into your happy baby, grabbing onto the outsides of the feet, drawing the knees down towards the ground, shifting from side to side. Having a little fun here. Maybe even stretching out the legs as you rock back and forth. Whenever you are ready, you can release both legs down the mat, letting the arms splay out, let the feet go. Close your eyes and coming into your Shamasana. Feeling length and space in your body. Really allowing yourself to stay here for a few moments, taking in this space, this peace that you've created in your home with your own movements, with your own body. I will see you next time. Namaste.